As Satan and I approached Gluttony, I noticed that it was quite a bit smaller than the others. I had never been to this hellscape, and I wondered what sort of grim horror awaited me inside. Despite what I had seen in other parks, I couldn't help but gasp when the heavy iron gates creaked open. The inside was filled with long tables laid out with an exquisite feast. Huge racks of lamb, mountains of mashed potatoes, even ice cream that somehow resisted melting in the hellfire around us. "This is Gluttony?" I asked. "I don't get it. Where's the punishment?" "They're always hungry, Glenn," Satan said excitingly, "and every time they take a bite, they only get hungrier." "Ah, okay, I get it. We let them eat normal food eventually." "Oh, well, that's nice of you, I guess." "Yeah, and once their relatives die off, we feed them their corpses." "Oh, but how is gluttony a sin? I don't get that either." Satan laughed and strolled over to a small, fat Asian man in flashy sunglasses, shoveling mashed potatoes into his mouth. "This one here's name is Kim Jong-too." The man yelped as Satan clapped a hand on his shoulder and dug his claws. He let thousands of people starve to death while he feasted in his compound surrounded by guards. Even when other countries tried to send food, he kept it just so he could stay in power. "How does that food taste now, Kim?" Satan's claws dug in deeper, and the man yelped a little louder. I stared at the fat, sad little man and shook my head. "Do you think he likes cheesecake?" I asked. Satan grinned. As we were leaving Gluttony, Satan handed me a handkerchief to wipe the exploded remains of Mr. Two off my shirt. "You know, Satan, I'm starting to think that you're not such a bad guy after all." He nodded knowingly. "You're getting Stockholm Syndrome, Glenn. Just don't go falling in love with me. I've already got 17 wives and I'm not looking for a husband." Okay. So, where to next?" "Where else?" said Satan. "Sloth." Sloth was another park I had never been to, so I don't know what to expect when we got there. The gates of hellscapes always open slowly, but it took at least a full minute for the colossal gates to creak their way open here. I heard a sniffing sound and looked over to see Satan snorting a line of white powder off the end of his tail. "Satan, what are you doing cocaine?" "Cocaine? Cocaine?" Satan laughed. "Don't be ridiculous, Peter. This is ground up hellhound bones. Cocaine's like decaf coffee compared to this shit." He patted me on the back about 10 times and then shoved his tail under my nose. "Go on, Peter, have a bump. You're gonna need it in there." "I don't really—" Satan flicked his tail and let me cough in a cloud of the stuff. My lungs felt like they were on fire as I breathed in the powder, until I was sure I was about to die, when all of a sudden my whole body went numb. I looked over to see a 3-foot-wide grin on Satan's face, which now appeared to be the size of an SUV. "Are you feeling it now, Peter?" The world was swaying and bending around me, and the air felt like jelly. Everything seemed to slow down as every atom in my body vibrated with intense pleasure. I was definitely feeling it. As we walked through the gates, I felt a sudden weight push down on my body. "Gravity is 12 times stronger in here, Peter," yelled Satan. "Keeps the residents moving slowly. Cool, right?" I looked around, and the people in the park were indeed moving at a snail's pace, many of them with one foot suspended in the air, almost frozen in the middle of a step. "We've been having a really weird glitch, though, lately. Hey, Kurzik Sticks, show Peter here the glitch." I looked over to see where Satan was shouting, and I saw an enormous mountain of demon with ram horns and thick black fur all over his body. He grunted and yanked on a giant lever he was standing next to. The gates began to creak closed behind us. Splat! The sound was deafening as every resident in the park simultaneously collapsed like a falling building straight to the ground, spraying blood and viscera everywhere. "See, when the gates close, the gravity shoots way down, and we have to unplug it and then plug it back in and reset it, and it's super annoying. We haven't been able to use the main gates for weeks. Help us out, Peter." "I'll, see what I can do." I cleared away some brain matter and what looked to be someone's spleen and got to work drawing my ruins on the ground, thankful for whatever the hellhound bones were doing to keep me from going splat like everyone else. I looked over to Kurzik Sticks when I finished. "Okay, try it again," I said. Kurzik Sticks yanked the lever and the gates slowly dragged their way back open. "Hold on a second, Peter. We're gonna need a guinea pig." Satan ran out and grabbed a passing demon, dragging him into the park as he protested weakly. "Satan, I've really got a hand in these reports. The deadline is—" "Forget about that deadline. You're going to be a part of something greater than yourself here. This is an experiment. This is science." But Now, cursing sticks! The big demon yanked the lever and the gates creaked closed, and nothing. The demon's face relaxed and he let out a long sigh of relief. Anyway, Satan, splat! His sentence came to an abrupt end as Satan bashed his head in with a rock. Whoa! 10 points for me! Satan yelled. Sorry about that, Steve. I just got so disappointed when he didn't go splat. I stared at him in disbelief. Hey, Steve. He started elbowing me in the ribs and giggling. Steve, looks like he met his deadline after all, huh? Get it? Satan started laughing hysterically. Oh, yeah. Hey, can I ask you something, Satan? Sure thing, Jason. Why is it that you can never get my name right? That's a great question, Barry. Great. I've been meaning to talk to you about that. You see, I'm an ethereal being. Barry, do you know what that means? No, not really. Obviously, it means that I make the girls go crazy. But it also means that I exist in 5 dimensions, Jackie. 5. That's almost all of them. Wait, how many dimensions are there? Don't ask stupid questions, Gerald. I'm trying to explain something here. See, you exist in 3 dimensions, and then the 4th is time, but I exist in 5, which means I can walk through time like you can walk through a hallway. You feel me, Gerald? So, you're saying that you're a time traveler? Don't be stupid, Eric. Time travel is impossible. But you just said, I know what I said. Listen, do you know what happens when you try to travel through time, Billy? Your mind shatters into a trillion tiny little pieces, Andy. So tiny you can never put them all back together. So, that's what happened to you? That's what's going to happen to you, Jeff. I'm going to teach you. We're going to break your mind into tiny pieces. It'll be great, Jacob. Great. Why would I want to? Because then you can possess the souls of hundreds, even thousands of people at a time. I do remember your name, Willie. I just don't remember what time I'm in. That doesn't make any sense. It only doesn't make sense if you think about it, Alan. Don't be a buzzkill, all right? So, you're saying the names belong to people whose souls I'm going to possess? Exactly, David. You are those people, just not right now. Anyways, enough of that. Do you like white wine, Brent? Actually, I prefer grape. Come on over for dinner. I've got big plans for you, Richard. Huge.